go all out to failure, feel the burn like crazy, that means the quality of the workout was high. However, with an aerobic session, which is what we're doing today, the objective here is to actually train at about a 50 to 60% intensity. So if you had an intensity level, 1 being sitting on the couch and 10 being all out madness, you want to hang out in between a 5 and a 6. You should have a sweat going, but you should never achieve true and complete failure. That's not the objective of this workout. The reason why is because the training stimulus matters. Aerobic training, when trained at the correct intensities that I'm discussing right now, improves your vascular networks, improves oxygen supply and delivery to working muscles, and actually also improves the volume of blood that your heart is able to pump out per beat so that more oxygen can get to working muscles and more fatigue byproducts can be recycled out of your working muscles. Long story short, this helps you catch your breath way faster in between shifts, but only if you do it right, okay? How this workout is going to work is you're going to be doing exercises for time. So I just want you to stay in a flow state of 50 to 60% intensity, and you're going to do each exercise for 60 seconds, 4 in a row, followed by a 60-second rest. You're going to do that 4 different times. So 4 exercises and then 60 seconds of rest equals 5 minutes of work. And since you're doing that 4 times, you've got 20 total minutes on the clock. So this thing is just going to count down. You're basically going to be going non-stop, staying in that flow state until you achieve those rest periods. When the clock hits 0, you're done the workout. Let me show you some exercise demonstrations with Kevin here now. Your first 4 exercises are going to be jumping jacks, just your regular jumping jacks. Make sure you get a nice full range of motion. Second exercise, you're going to be dropping down into the crab walk. Crab walk, keeping your butt off the floor, keeping your core nice and contracted. And it doesn't matter how many steps you go backwards, how many steps you go forward. Just stay in the room that you're in and keep moving. After that, you're going to go into lateral shuffles. So here, just non-stop movement. Make sure you don't cross over your feet. These are shuffles, not crossovers. Once we finish 60 seconds there, you're going to move into butt kicks. Keep your hands just stable in front of you and kick your butt on every single rep. Once you've done all 4 of those, we're going to do 60 seconds of rest, and I'll show you the demos for your next circuit. All right? You better get yourself ready, okay? We're going to start with 60 seconds of non-stop jumping jacks. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, non-stop jumping jacks here. Really try and keep a nice, even-keeled pace where you're working, but you're not totally exhausting yourself. Remember, aerobic work is different than anaerobic, and the correct training stimulus gets us that correct adaptation that we want so that we can become the best hockey players we can possibly be. 30 seconds is down. I want to remind you through this whole session, control your breathing. Okay, you are in control of your breathing as much as you are in control of your pace. I don't want you to be way exhausted because that's when we get into the world of anaerobic training rather than aerobic training. 10 more seconds here. Really reach with your arms and legs, almost like you're trying to get a mobility benefit out of this as well. 2, 1, crab walks right away. No rest in between. You're going right into crab walks. I like what's known as chasing blood around the body, in that we are doing total body movement standing, but then total body movements on the ground. When you chase blood around the body, you actually force the heart to work a little bit harder because now it's sending a lot of blood to the triceps and shoulders where that wasn't being hit at all during the jumping jacks. Forcing the heart to work a little bit more creates more cardiac conditioning, and that is really going to help you out in the ice. So keep that pace going. Make sure you don't go too fast because crab walks can actually be quite difficult. Back in the day, we used to play crab walk soccer as kids in gym class, and you couldn't go too hard for too long because it is pretty exhausting and you really feel it everywhere in your body. In 4 seconds, we're going to jump up to lateral shuffles, and let's go. We're up, we're doing our lateral shuffles here. Keep that nice consistent pace going. Always controlling the breathing here. 60 seconds of every single movement. The big difference between anaerobic and aerobic training is aerobic creates energy in your body with the presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic creates energy in the body in the absence of oxygen. That's why you could hold your breath and sprint and still get to your destination, but then you create an oxygen debt and you kind of got to catch up by the time you get there. Whereas aerobic training trains your ability to keep moving no matter what and not lose your breath. Anaerobic and aerobic conditioning are both important to be a completely conditioned athlete out in the ice. 10 seconds, and then you're going to move into your butt kicks. Now for the butt kicks, we're just going to stay in one place. I know you've probably done them before where you've been moving. All right, into the butt kicks now. Stay in one place. Just stay there, keep that pace going, catch that breath.